If you're a passive income investor and you want to broaden and diversify your portfolio further, rest assured there ain't no shortages of ETFs that you can invest your money in, because this month of June, 2023, Hamilton is going to launch another product. In this product that you're going to learn today, they're going to have stocks that are safer and usually pay high dividends. So if you stick around, you're going to know what to expect from this fund and what you're going to get, and it's going to be great. And also, I have one update on HMAX. This is Canadian high yield financial covered call ETF. So let's start with that. Right now I'm on Hamilton press release and update. So they're going to have another new strategist, chief option strategist. So which is good news, because this guy has a lot of experience. So maybe they're going to using having these kind of people that helps Hamilton to, of course, to make more money, and then in return, of course, more yield for passive income investors, for people who invest in these type of ETFs. So one of the news update I'm going to give you on HMAX is that so when HMAX came out, they did have some advisors. So they did have, it's a Hamilton product, but they would have Horizon ETF. If you are familiar with Horizon, is also one of the Canadian company. They manage this fund and they write calls and all that stuff like that, right? So now they're going to actually change that. So in August 31st, 2023, there is some advisor change. They're going to change those. So so instead of being managed by Hamilton, by Horizons, they're going to actually have their own in-house manager to manage this, and that's why probably they bring these kind of people to help with that. But guess what? You don't really have to worry anything, because they're not gonna be any changes. The strategies and everything like that, and yield and how they invest is just gonna be the same according to what they say. So there's no problem about that. That's one of update. And let's go to another update, which is going to be UMAX. So UMAX is Hamilton Utility Yield Maximizer ETF. This will be anticipated to be launched in June 2023. Again, this whatever I'm going to talk today is not because this fund hasn't official launch. I'm going to give you yield. I'm going to give you what they're going to invest in. But this is all going to be more of my research, and I looked at the funds at what they did, and I'm going to give anticipation of it. So it's not official. Don't come at me. Okay. So let's go. Look at the name UMAX. Does this name, the name sounds familiar to you? Yes. If you're an Hamilton investor, you might notice there's a lot of max, right? So if you look at the look at Hamilton Canadian Financial Yield Maximizer ETF, which has the same similar name, UH, because H is Hamilton, and that one U stands for utility, right? Max, because it's maximizer, and this one would have also, it's a maximizer meaning they pay the highest yield, right? So where did they get the numbers, and how do I know the yield and what they're going to invest in? So I look at the pattern of how Hamilton do they construct their ETF and cover calls. So before HMAX came into market, guess what? They did have HFIN. This HFIN is another is an ETF, Hamilton Enhanced Canadian Financials ETF. So they did have HFIN, and HFIN had about 6.54, 6.5%. So lower than what HMAX pays, about 14%. You see that? So when I look at between these two, HMAX and HFIN, how they composed, look at this. HFIN has about 12 stocks, right? And they are more of equally weighted. And when they composed HMAX, they actually did market cap. So the bigger company, the bigger the capitalization, the bigger it takes weight, right? You can see here, Royal Bank, of course, is the biggest, one of the biggest company, right? Or maybe the second one from, I think Shopify is the first, and then maybe Royal Bank is the second. But anyway, in this grouping here, we can see is the biggest bank in Canada. Of course, it has the biggest yield, and then goes like that. So because of that, I can tell you this composition is exactly what they're going to compose on the UMAX. So do we have another fund that preceded the UMAX? Yes, we do have another fund which is called Hamilton Enhanced Utility ETF. Look at the what it is. It's 6.5, 6.49. So let's round up to 6.5. This ETF actually invests in about 12 companies. See those companies? 12 of them. And then also they did kind of equal weight, right? And the management fee is 0.65, and it pays monthly dividend, same as other ETFs. They all pay about 0.65. So if we look at this composition between HUT, which is Hamilton Enhanced Utility, and we look at the HFIN composition, they're pretty much the same. And when they came up with HMAX, they did exactly what HFIN was, but what they did, they increased the yield more, and they changed the strategy. And also, instead of having 12, they did 10. So rest assured, this is how UMAX is going to be. UMAX is going to be exactly like HMAX with the name and everything. So it's going to have 10 companies, and those companies will be these ones. They're going to pick one of these companies right here. These companies, there's a Brookfield Renewable for this, Amira, Rogers Communication, Hydro One, Brookfield Infrastructure, BCE, this is a Gabel, Communication, Enbridge, Talas Corporation, TC Energy, Pembina Pipeline, Northland Powers. They're going to pick out of these companies, and they're going to compose them. Instead of 12, there will be they're going to be 10 of them. I don't know which one they're going to leave out. And then instead of 6% yield, they're going to make it to maximize it. So it's going to be about 10 to 14%, 10 to 13%. That's kind of what I'm anticipating. And of course, they're going to pay monthly, and management fee on UMAX will be 6.65, same as any other funds, because all of them, of course, they do have 65.65. When we look at this one, also has 0.65, and they're going to pay monthly. So because all their ETFs on covered call ETFs, of course, they pay monthly, and that's the point of covered call ETF. So that's it. I just want to give you this update on what's coming and what to expect from this fund. So that's it. But in order for you to actually be sure and you don't miss any of the distribution, just make sure you subscribe and hit the thumb button, because if you don't subscribe, guess what's going to happen? You're going to miss a lot of distribution, and you're going to miss knowing what fund is coming. But if you subscribe and hit the notification button every time there are news about this type of ETFs and other funds, I will always let you know. And I'm actually one of the first person to let you know. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Till next video. Bye bye.